I think there is, yeah. I don't know exactly where, but I think you're right, yeah. Oh, yeah. They shield that.
So how'd it happen, huh? How'd it go from me on the floor on my knees with a gun at my head to a confluence of events resulting in
me killing the woman in the blue dress?
Me falling in love with Natasha only to realize it's too late.
Me dying in my kidney.
Me meeting my fate by a hangnail.
When I regained consciousness, I was still there. As much as I hoped it was a horrible dream, it wasn't. My eyes opened slowly. The light seared their way into the corneas, and I looked only to see his eyes again doing the dance between life and death.
I'm going to kill him now, and it's going to be quite bloody. You two don't want to be here to witness it.
Fine. I trust you, Ratso. Let's go, Whiskers. We'll go get a cup of coffee.
I'll just leave my apartment with you guys in it and just don't get it too dirty.
Can't do it. You can't do it. I can't do it. Untie me.
I can't do that either.
Look, why don't you just let me go? Why don't you just untie me and let me get out of here?
Because then, LaDonna's gonna know that I want to leave the rat hole. And then I'm going to be in your place with some other rat pointing a gun at my face and me pleading like a mouse.
How'd you ever get wrapped up in this kind of life? I could see just from looking at you, you're no killer.
I was dumped in a dumpster. Too strong again. Look, this has been my life, my entire life. I've always been in the streets, in the grime, fitting in unnamely places.
You and I sure had different lives. I was born to a wealthy family. I grew up in the suburbs with a white picket fence and a 2-story house.
You don't know how lucky you are.
Oh, you think it's all good, do you? Well, most of it's pretty good, but sometimes too much perfection can wear on you too, you know.
How could too much perfection be a bad thing, Charles? I'll get you the truth.
You sure you can't untie me?
You'll just run away.
What if I promise I won't?
All right. You're dead already anyway. That already had drink on it. It's a mix.
Huh. Yeah, I'll tell you. I had everything a kid could ask for growing up. Tennis lessons. I even had a horse. You believe that?
I would love a horse. I would love tennis lessons.
When I was 6 years old, my mom said to me, "Hey, what do you want for your birthday?" And I was just kidding around and said, "I want a horse." And sure enough, there it was, a horse.
When I was 6 years old, I asked one of the rats to not nibble on my toe, and it stopped.
When I was 8 years old, I wanted tennis lessons, and sure enough, Mom and Dad got me tennis lessons.
When I was 8 years old, I climbed out of the dumpster for the first time. It was bright.
When I was 16 years old, I went to boarding school.
When I was 16 years old, I was already shaking down families for all their money and their worth.
When I was 21, I was awarded the Junior Chamber of Commerce Man of the Year Award for a project that I developed.
When I was 21, I was awarded second in command in the mouse platoon at the LaDonna's organization.
It's almost like You and I are two sides of the same coin.
I'll say.
Look, it's not too late. It's not too late for you. I mean, sure, you always take for granted what you have, and there were times I wished I had more of a rugged time of it, but the truth is, if you really want to go out there and get that little patch of green, you could do it.
You think so?
Oh, sure. Not everybody who lived out there was born wealthy. Why, there were lots of people who came out there and worked hard and did the right thing, and they got exactly what they were promised by that American dream maker. They sure did.
Maybe I can actually live the dream that I want with Natasha.
Natasha, was she that gorgeous woman in black?
She is, I hope. Yes, she's the most beautiful person I have ever seen. She gets turned on by violence, just like me.
Well, that's not a step in the right direction.
Well, we can have it in moderation in our white picket fence house. Within the line of the law. I can imagine it now. Two little rugrats running around our yard with a dog. No cats, though. But what am I to do? She's going to kill me. If she discovers that I want to exit, she's going to put me in the bottom of a ditch and throw cement on me and...
Joe!
I didn't kill him, all right? He's there. You can see him.
All right, I see that. You're a good man. I knew you were. This place is well known, let's say. I was afraid when I talked to Cynthia after I got my jacket back.
It looks good on you, Joe.
She cleaned it, I think. Listen, I've got a plan. I know exactly what this type of place is, so I brought a pint of pig's blood.
Oh. Perfect.
All right, now just fire your gun 2 times in the air. Sorry.
No.
All right, boys. Now here's what I want you to do. You've got to be dead, at least for a while. So we're going to go back to my place. All right, my wife won't like it, but it's the last place she'll expect to look for either of you.
But what about Cynthia? She can't think I'm dead.
Well, I'll go back to Cynthia later tonight after I drop you off with my wife, and I'll explain the whole situation to her, okay? And then you get to be the hero, join the rats, and say that you've got some schmo to dispose of the body.
Yeah?
All right? And then, once you get locked in with LaDonna, call me.
All right.
And then we'll jump her and lock her up like good American citizens.
All right, and then I'll get my white picket fence.
That's right, your white picket fence.
Good. You need to die, metaphorically speaking.
But if you want to, come with and have some pot roast maybe and see what that regular life is like, you're both welcome.
Let's go.
I'm sure my wife will hate it, but she hates me anyway. Let's go.
I couldn't believe the turns this was taking, so I followed them out. I was so nervous I even stole the glass from the woman's apartment. Finally, we arrived at Joe's house.
Wow.
Honey, I'm home.
Oh, you're home!
I brought a couple friends.
Oh,
They're good guys. This is Charles. Charles, this is my wife, Jane.
oh, it's a pleasure.
It's a feather duster.
Yeah,
You clean things with it.
you do.
Yeah, you like that?
I do.
It's handy. I hardly ever use it, but it looks real nice.
Care for a bourbon? You got a glass already.
I got a pot of kidney beans on the stove.
Oh, I love kidney beans.
Thought you'd like it after this long day that you had.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
Is that a dog?
Yeah, that's Freckles.
Freckles.
She doesn't run so fast anymore.
Not since she lost that leg.
I see that, but she's so beautiful.
If you hadn't taken out running after you in the car, she would have lost her leg.
That was the only thing she liked to do. Damn it! Jane, do we have to do this with my friends here?
I love Freckles. Don't you know I love that dog?
It's got a cushion.
Yeah, you like that?
I've never sat anywhere with a cushion.
Honey, did you wet yourself?
She didn't clean it. No, I didn't. It doesn't matter. Sure, I wet myself. She didn't think much of me anyway. Fact is, I've come home in such a way more than once that I could have wet myself. Listen, Jenny, I know this is a tough ask, but Charles here is dead.
Metaphorically speaking.
He looks good to me.
It's just I need a place to hide out for a while.
Lay low, you see?
Oh, great. First you tear the leg off my dog, and now you want to park this cadaver?
He's a good man. Mama's ashes are in one of his urns.
All right. Sit down. I'll bring you some kidney beans. I'll be right back.
It reclines.
It does.
For just a brief moment, I kind of wish he had shot me.
Did you want some too?
Oh, no, I'll get my own.
Try it. It's real good. Kidney beans are good for you.
They're delicious. They were awful.
How do you keep this so shiny?
And she was mean.
You know, Joe, I made dinner for you. You got your friends here. You want me to babysit this cadaver? I was going to go play cards with the girls.
All right. Joe's an upstanding guy.
He can come with me.
So is Charles.
You're Joe.
Do you
That's
play?
right. It's been a confusing night.
How are you and gin rummy?
Gin rummy, but don't I gotta stay here so no one knows I'm alive?
Well, nobody will know if you're at the ladies' card game.
I'll bring the ladies here.
Okay.
Should be innocent enough. After all, what kind of evil people can my wife be playing gin rummy with, huh? Should be just fine. Safe as can be.
As I watched her on the telephone, suddenly she began in my mind to look more and more like my mother. Her voice started to take on that same croaky morning after alcoholic binge sound.
Get me Rubenstein 524.
As she and Joe quibbled and fought more and more.
Oh, shut up!
Why haven't we started talking?
I just knew you were going to start flopping your trap.
We're just gonna ask for some ketchup.
You know where it is. You know where it is. You know where it is. What do you want? Damn it. Busy.
Suddenly, all of the false memories I had wrapped around my own childhood began to be stripped away. That beautiful, idyllic life that I had been explaining to him, that wasn't the way I grew up at all. In fact, I started to have intense flashbacks in which she took on the role of my mother, and he took on the role of my father, and I was just a small child in the corner of the room.
Charles, did you want a drink?
No!
It's good for you.
I'm only 4!
Have a smoke, kid. Put some hair on your chest.
I'm a one hairy child.
Look, I know you wanted a horse for your birthday. I got you this stuffed deer instead. You can pretend to ride it like a jockey. Go ahead and drink this drink.
You don't ride deer, you idiot!
Why are you talking to me like that? Who do you think?
Because you're an idiot, that's why.
Why, I oughta.
You oughta what? You oughta learn how to cook, huh?
Ha!
Those kidney beans taste like a handful of ashes after a corpse puked them out.
Oh, yeah? You ain't never known how to mow a lawn. That grass out there is growing so tall, we got people coming over to try to harvest corn from it.
Corn's delicious!
Did you drink that?
It was then, as they they began to argue more and more, and their words were flying without any recourse to sensibility, that I finally heard what really happened to my older brother.
I'll tell you what. That's what happened to his brother. He was out in the corn, I mean the lawn. And you went out to mow it that time, didn't you? Great. How do we explain that?
Well, he had an explanation for it, but it was even worse than I could have imagined.
We didn't have to explain it. We just chopped it up and served it in next day's beef.
And you ate it.
That's right. That's why you always ask for your birthday beans. You never get some.
Do you get the point? They were terrible parents. As the memory faded away. I realized the truth. There was no bright green pasture. There was only darkness. There was only despair. There was only rat holes. And trying to play it clean was for suckers. And I was done being a sucker. I have to go.
So soon. You didn't like the beans.
Charlie.
I walked out of the house. And I went right back to the ceramic shop to find Cynthia.
I hate this place. I'm gonna break every single part in
Cynthia!
this house.
Cynthia! Stop!
Charles!
Listen! Listen, you were right this whole time, and I was wrong. I thought we could be clean, live a good life, and get rewarded for it. But that's not how the world works.
I hate it here, Charles. We don't need this place anymore.
Listen, I've got a new plan. I've got a new plan that involves me and you taking over this city, the only way a city like this can be taken over.
Ooh, I like when you talk to me that way. Tell me more.
I will.
Tell me in that high voice, it's sexy.
I will. You see, I'm going to become a tough guy. I'm going to orchestrate the death of LaDonna.
Oh, that is so sexy. Will you kill her?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me how. Tell me in that really high voice.
Well, everybody laughs at me whenever I say this, but I know you'll know that I can do it.
Oh, I know you can.
I'm going to kill her inside her own kidney.
Oh, that's so hot. Tell me more.
Well, and so we left, and I told her my plan until she and I had something we could really look forward to. That night, I went back out, and I found that man whose head I'd been filling full of that nonsense.
It's the duck.
Yeah, he was out by the duck pond, in the back of Joe's house. Listen, I don't even know your name.
Ratso.
Huh. Listen, Ratso. All that stuff I was telling you before, all that stuff about you and I being like opposite sides of the same coin,
Yeah.
maybe we're not so opposite after all. What do you think?
I think you're crazy. Of course we're opposites.
Listen,
What?
it ain't true. All that stuff I was filling your head with about a beautiful life, a pasture, a patio, a white picket fence, it ain't true. It's never true. You can't ever have that. Never.
What are you talking about? Of course I can have it.
There's only one way to make your way in this world, and that's to kill people and get on top. That's what my family did.
That's right, Ratso.
Make you rat.
You were supposed to kill him, Ratso. How many opportunities have I given you?
I couldn't do it. But it's all right.
No, don't. Make... Ah!
And soon until they died, almost died, right in front of me. Ratso, I'm not dead! Get over here! You have to understand, Mickey. This life isn't for me anymore. I'm tired of it. All right? I can leave. I have a plan.
You're not allowed to leave.
I won't become Whiskers.
You're not getting away! Ratso, I don't care. Now come with me. We're going back to see LaDonna.
You're not going anywhere.
Damn it. Jeez. Can someone...
I shouldn't have turned around. Look, Rutherford. You don't have to kill me. I know what you want, and you can have it. Listen. You probably don't know this.
Detective over here! Detective! What? Detective! He just killed them both. He has the gun with the prince.
No, it's not true. It's not true. He handed me the gun and I grabbed it like an
it's
idiot.
wrong. This is my gun, detective. He murdered these two people. This is my backyard. You scared the ducks. I saw it with my own eyes.
It's not true. It's not true. You know that.
All right.
I saw the very subtle winking and I knew I was in.
You're coming with me, kid. Right down to the clink.
Oh no! I will come with you.
I've got him. Perfectly law-abiding citizen who's suspiciously standing in a pool of blood in my backyard. I'll take care of this.
Oh no! Woe is me.
I quickly left back to LaDonna's house. My love.
Rutherford,
Yes.
I want Ratso. Where's Ratso?
Ratso is in jail now.
Why? Did he kill them?
Yes, he did a very messy job and he got caught. See, I'm the only
Where's
one...
Mickey?
Mickey is dead. I'm the only one you have left.
Wait!
I'm the one you can trust. It's me!
No, Mickey! What happened to Mickey? How did he die?
Ratso shot Mickey.
Shot Mickey?
That's right.
That's the end of that creep.
But that's okay. Now it's just you and me. And we can do this together, huh?
I do trust you, Rutherford.
Good, you should trust me.
I don't know. There are few men in my life I can trust, but you.
I've been with you since the beginning. I have been with you through thick and thin.
I took care of you when you were little, and you were weak.
I do not want to think about the past anymore. Do you
Why
understand?
not? Don't you want to remember?
No! Because this is a new man.
I can see that. I can almost smell it on you. It's almost like you're a tough guy.
I'm a tough guy. I'm the only...
LaDonna!
Natasha?
LaDonna, I can't find Ratso anywhere, and he's my partner, and I have
Look
one
in jail.
job.
He's in jail. He killed Mickey. He killed that other one too, but in Mickey he killed.
He's in jail?
Yes. Where he belongs. Let him rot. No better.
No, LaDonna, he is bad news. You don't want Rutherford anywhere near you.
Me!
Natasha, you will kill him for me. Yes. That will be the way you prove your loyalty.